Well, Jaylon, you guys have Fort Hays coming up on Saturday. This past week, has it been a little more intense in practice?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. We are attacking practice differently. We are coming to hit. We're coming to execute. We're coming with a different type of focus. We're not as lackadaisical. It's pretty tight ran. We're hustling everywhere we need to go. Coach has been running a pretty tight ship, and you know, as a team, we've been holding on to what our values are. And so, as a team, we have to respond. And for the guys that came before us, being here for a while, you know, I feel a responsibility to the team to execute and go as hard, make sure my guys are going just as hard as I am, because we all have to put out for this victory if we want it.
What do you feel like it's going to take to get this win on Saturday?
Execute. I think we have to execute. I think we have to go as hard as we can. Fort Hays is a good football team. They're defensive driven. You know, they're going to come to play. Everybody in the MIAA is going to come to play, and we have to match that. And we have to go out there, execute, and get the job done. So I mean, if we put out effort and we focus on what we have to do, and not let the moment get too much of us, we should be able to win the game.
You know, offensively, it was a struggle for you guys to really piece much together last week. What's kind of been your focus as an offense as far as coming in this week? You know, Fort Hays, another really good defensive team. You know, they didn't allow any points last week either.
Right. Well, you know, for us as an offense, we just stick to what we do. I mean, we don't try to do too much. We you know, the coaches are in charge of our game plan, and we do what they tell us, because we trust those guys. You know, we're all a family here. You know, we're going to trust the leaders on this team to get the guys going. We're going to trust the coaches to design something that can give us the best chance to win. And so if we go out there and execute and do what we're supposed to do, I have full confidence that we can pull off the victory for sure.
Kyle, you guys have Fort Hays State coming up. What big challenges do you see them offering the defense?
They're really long and fast, and they can give us a big run for our money. But we've been working really hard and just coming together as a team and knowing what we have to get done. And at the end of the day, we had to play together as a team.
Last week, obviously, did not go the way you guys envisioned. What is it you think you maybe or hope you guys learned from last week that will help you out this week?
Just trust the man next to you. Just knowing your role and just doing what you are taught to do out in the field, like what the coaches ask.
And what stood out to you so far to this point in the season about the defense? It still seemed kind of like a tale of halves or quarters along the way. Is there something you guys have been kind of wanting to key in on to, you know, you're getting to the midpoint?
Just to work better on like the 1%. We have like a motto just to go by, and if we just get better by doing that, like our technique and everything that we do as a whole, then we can come out victorious.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations. Thank you much. Good luck.
All right. Coach, Fort Hays State coming up. What do you feel like it's going to take from your ball club to get a win on Saturday?
Well, we got to play. We got to play for 4 quarters. We haven't done that yet all year. I mean, Fort Hays is a really good football team. You know, they're the defending MIAA champs, defending champs for a reason. Very well coached, sound in what they do, very physical. So for us, you know, again, like I said, we got to play for 4 quarters. We got to get the field on 3rd down. We got to be better on 3rd down offensively, and you know, we got to make more plays.
Has there been, well, for lack of a better term, a greater sense of urgency this week?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's I get asked that question a lot, and I can't tell the difference with how we go about practicing. I mean, to me, that should be the way you practice every week. It's the MIAA. It's the best conference in Division II. Shouldn't take losing back-to-back games to get you fired up, to have a sense of urgency to go out and practice. Should be doing that anyway. We feel like that, you know, within our program we have standards set in the way that we do things, and our players should be working every day to meet that standard or try to exceed it. So I hadn't noticed anything different. We're not running any faster this week than we ran last week in practice. I mean, we got to go out and play physical and make plays. It's a pretty simple formula.
You guys been working a little harder on the offensive side of the ball or doing something different. Obviously, back-to-back, probably 2 of the toughest defensive assignments in the MIAA when you're facing Northwest Missouri, and now you got Fort Hays, you know, another team that's really stingy in allowing yardage.
Right, and again, we know what both. I mean, of course, Northwest. I mean, having played them as much as we've played them, and You know, same thing with Fort Hays. You know, we have a lot of veterans. They've been around. They know exactly, you know, what type of team they are and how they're going to come in here and play. And you know, again, that we all know that, but we have to, you know, for us is execute at a high level, be consistent with our execution. You know, we're going to have to win the individual battles. You know, we're going to have to win the 50-50 balls. We're going to have to go and win more of those that we've not been doing. You know, so again, all those things, you know, it's a continuous cycle of myself repeating and repeating and repeating that, you know, needs to have happen for us to be successful on Saturday. All right, fellas.